Hi guys, I'm Shmi and good morning from Sardinia on what is basically packing up day following the end of Fuel Faction Duet. So we have driven all the way here from Turin, which basically means after 2,000 kilometers, we have some very dirty cars. So we're going to be heading to clean them up, to take all the stickers off, sadly, ready for the next adventures. Everybody is departing in all sorts of different directions. I think our first stop though is going to be a supercar run to McDonald's. We haven't had one all week and it's kind of a signature thing to do on a road trip on this kind of adventure. So cars all starting up. Like I said, we've been loading luggage because we've got to do a drop at the airport for Joey now. Then some cars are going back towards Turin. Obviously the Alfa Romeo is being returned back there. I'm heading towards Rome to go and join the Mille Miglia, to go and check that out. Yeah, basically just kind of a nice chilled day before we catch ferries later on. Bit of a vlog, I suppose, of today's adventure, and we'll just see where it takes us.
Right.
Here we go. Love that start. That will never get boring. So, somewhere in this shopping centre is going to be a McDonald's, which is what we're looking for. Not that we can see anything that says so at the moment, so let's just park up and go find it. Here's McDonald's, but past the spaceship, everyone is playing with the children's toys. Joe, what are you doing, mate? Oh, that's awkward. So, after lunch then, and there are a few stages to what we have to do next to get the stickers off. And the first is to leave them out in the sunshine, obviously, because the warmer and softer the stickers get, the more easily they come off. So the Vanquish with Joe's shorts drying from a swim in the sea earlier, and the GT8 just perching over there. And I apologise for the wind right now, it's really rather windy out here. But we have already taken all the stickers off the Mini, all the stickers off the 4C Spider, and they're coming off super easily. Obviously the 4C and the Giulia that the guys are all doing right now, and I have been as well just before I made this clip, are both going to be heading back to Turin to be returned to Alfa Romeo. It is a huge thanks to them for providing us these cars, for Pete from Petrolhead Tours to drive, to lead the pack, lead the show, and for Becky Queen Bee to be driving in the 4C, and obviously pretty much everyone's had a go and jumped in and out of the various cars. The 570S we de-stickered at Pagani. The GT3, Sophia Khaled's GT3, going to do next. That's just out in the sunshine at the moment. I think they might leave some of the stickers on, and then after that we will pull the last two under the covers so we don't all get sunburnt before we take them inside to be washed. But it's actually crazy because it was only a week ago we stickered the cars up, and I know lots of people don't really like the stickers, but for me it makes you feel part of a group, part of the sort of event, the rally nature, the drive together, and it sort of shows what it's all about, and it's just part of the experience and fun. So it's a huge thanks to DSW Wrapping for getting these sorted out in Turin, for coming over from Milan, stickering us up, getting sorted. Obviously to Trading 212, the lead supporters of this event that we've been playing. We'll catch up with more about that later. Petrolhead Tours, Sparco, where we stopped for a visit, and then guys that sort of helped me with various things. Topaz, the PPF that's on this car, Tollgate, insurance, all transports, transportation of the cars around Europe, and then Apex, Misha and Diana, who are with us too. So I think it's time for the 4C to go in to be washed, and I will get back over to the Giulia to help out. Good progress on the car washing front. We said goodbye to Joey earlier, and now we're going to be saying goodbye to Pete, who has Joe in the car just to bring it back again. See you later, Pete. Thanks for managing. Until next time. The nice clean Giulia. So, off goes another. Pete is flying back to England. Joey was flying back to the Netherlands. Joey will bring the car back here. And we'll continue, although clouds have come over now and it's really windy, so I apologise if all of these clips are being completely ruined by wind noise. Maybe if I do that it gets a little bit better. But we've made good progress. We've just got to dry up the Vanquish if I spin around, dry up the Vanquish, and maybe some interiors slightly. GT8 is looking lovely and clean and shiny, so that makes me happy. Gosh, sorry, it is really windy all of a sudden. But here we are in Sardinia. Yeah. The cars are all clean then, but we're going to go and chill out, have a drink, enjoy the beach, just the views, the island, Sardinia, take a rest. Today is basically a chill day before getting the ferry, and I've got quite a late ferry at 10 o'clock, so there's a lot of chill time through the evening before going to it. But it feels just really good that we've all made it through. Nothing's gone wrong. I'm sure some of you will have noticed that. Everything has gone completely to plan. We've driven amazing roads. Now it's just time to relax, chill out, and enjoy where we are. A little bit further on then, and we're at the port. It's time to board a ferry. Well, not quite time to board the ferry, but time at least to arrive at the ferries and get set up for later on heading over back towards the mainland. Lots of trucks, presumably the only way to get to Sardinia, so they have to transport stuff. But we're a little bit early for ours, so I'm not quite sure how this is going to go yet. We've jumped into the 4C now that we've checked in to do the final face-off between Patrick and I with the Trading 212 app.
Yeah.
And we don't yet really know who's won. We know how it was going. You were slightly ahead of me.
I was, but then today was a really bad day for me, so I'm excited to see exactly what your final number is.
So mine has stayed pretty steady. I've been fairly safe with my positions.
Yeah.
But I've made a few percent. I'm between 10,000 and 11,000. I'll give you that much.
I am too.
Okay. In the top half of that.
This is where I fall off. I'm not.
Oh, well, so I'm 10,775. I finished.
Okay, I'm 10,207.
Okay, so interesting one for what we've learned and the way we've been doing it. You clearly need time to understand what you're doing.
Yeah, you really need a bit more background in the actual trading itself to understand when things are going to fluctuate and when to buy and when to sell.
Practice account that we've been using.
Exactly.
Of course. So yes, it's been an amazing trip supported by T212, Trading 212. So big thanks and shout out to them. But from here on, you guys need to head off to the ferry.
Yep.
I'll watch you go.
Awesome.
Off goes Mad for Mini. And Joe brings out the rear. Around we go then. Here's the ferry. Fortunately, these ones have like boarding decks back here that aren't too hard to actually drive a car like this onto, and they're reasonably comfortable, so shout out to them for that. We'll be heading over back to Civitavecchia, which is where we came from the other day, ready for the adventures around Rome. Now this clip is about an hour and a half later, and I've only just driven actually back into the ferry. So let me explain. We got on the ferry fine, up those first ramps into the lorry deck, no problems at all. Sometimes in a really low car you can need some planks of wood and things, but this time that was fine. What happened next though is that we had to get from the lorry deck up to the passenger deck, which had the sort of most steep ramp angle you could imagine, going sort of from that up to that. And basically it wasn't going to work in this car, so I couldn't get the car onto the passenger car deck of the loading area in the ferry. Now, that basically meant that we had to go back off and wait. So night fell, lorries were being loaded, and now my car is in this tiny, very cramped gap that I'm about to jump out and show you. So this is quite fun. I'm literally in the lorry area of the ferry, and if I squeeze out this way, the car is kind of parked under some trucks. So let's basically hope that doesn't go wrong in transit, because that would be a complete mess. But I think all is well, and it should be completely fine. It's nice, clean and shiny and tidy, of course. But it is just super weird being in this. I think these guys probably think I'm super weird holding my video camera as well. But hopefully we can get over that one. So I'm going to leave the car here and head upstairs, of course, for the next crossing. Get another ferry. Well, the ferry back towards Rome, towards Civitavecchia. It's been quite a long evening. This all works out completely fine in the end. I have no idea what happens in the morning, but I'm sure I'll work out that one when it comes. But yeah, Fuel Faction Due, it's over. Sadly, this is the end of that part of the adventure, ready for the start of the next part. And I'm sorry also that it's really noisy in here, but this is where we end up for the end of the vlog, for the end of this amazing trip, supported by Trading 212, all of the other companies that have helped make this possible, and to everyone that came, all of the guys. I gave them all a big shout out in the previous video. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you've all had a wonderful time. I definitely have, and I'm looking forward to the next one. Ready. That's it though for now. I've got to get my bags out and get upstairs, and I'll catch up with you again very, very soon. Cheers.